When you're making adjustments to the faders, you can move them just by clicking on them. If you want more precise movements, you can hold down Shift while you move it up or down. This gives you better accuracy. To move the volume back to its original setting of 0 dB, you can press the Control key and then click on the fader. You can do the same for pan. You can even change the way the fader behaves as you click it. Go to File and then Preferences, and choose the Controls option under the Editing menu. For slider mode, it defaults to jump. This means the fader will jump around wherever and whenever you click the mouse. For touch, the fader must be touched or else it won't move. This is great for safety. For ramp, you can have the fader slowly ramp up or down to meet your mouse click. For relative, you can click anywhere on the fader and it will move the fader without jumping or ramping it. It moves it with relative position. When you add inserts to an audio track, you can view and control the insert in many ways. Let's add a reverb insert to these drums. See the Insert Display Modes button at the top here? The first mode is the normal mode. This just allows you to add inserts, turn them on and off, bypass them, and edit them. The next mode is the routing mode. In a stereo in and stereo out example, there isn't much routing possible here. Double-click to the right here. The channel editor pops up. This allows you to move the routing of the channel around the insert. Once again, this isn't good to show it on a stereo channel, so let's go to a 5.1 surround channel. Here we have a stereo reverb on a 5.1 audio channel. Double-click to open the routing editor. We can see here that the reverb is being inserted on the left and right channels of the 5.1 mix. This means that if we want reverb on all the channels of the 5.1 mix, then we need to add 2 more reverbs and change the routing of each of them. Let me do this so you know how it's done. Add 2 more reverbs. Since the first reverb is going through the left and right, we don't need to change this one. Go to the second reverb and double-click to open the routing editor. Move it so that the reverb is connected to the center and LFE of the 5.1 mix. And do the last one. Now we have 3 different reverbs, so we can reverb the entire 5.1 mix. You can do some really neat things here too. You can completely turn off the center channel so that no audio at all will pass through by pressing at the top here. Since most of the plugins you're going to be using are mono or stereo, you don't need to know this, but there are some plugins that can handle 6 inputs and 6 outputs. These are usually very expensive, but they allow the ultimate flexibility and handle problems like phasing with ease. You can unlink the inputs and outputs. You can have the audio come into the plugin through the left surround and right surround, and then go out through the left and right main. Once again, this gives you the ultimate flexibility. The last mode is the preset mode. This allows you to see and change presets very easily.